Hello, my lovely friends, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be doing a flip through of my finished pages in my winter junk journal for 2025. So, I have just sort of compiled a whole bunch of photos. I printed off a bunch of things that I had on my phone. So it's not necessarily in chronological order, but I think that I've got everything in here that I thought that was really important as far as memory keeping. As always, I've left myself a bunch of little Easter eggs, meaning quotes and things that I think really they mark a moment in time, how I'm feeling emotionally, mentally, things that I'm working on, things that I want to improve, so that when I can come back and I go through this, it'll just be a really nice way of reminding myself, hopefully, of how much progress I've made, right? So, anyways, let's just get into it and I'll show you as we go. So, at the very beginning, I wanted to add two words that were very important to me going into 2025, which was alchemy and courage. And I alchemy really was the word that I wanted for 2025 because I like the idea of taking something and through different actions and turning it into something else. So I'd like to make some changes in my life and in my schedule and in my day, and I thought alchemy would be a fun way of looking at how I might make improvements and changes. So that's why alchemy is really important to me. We'll see where we are. You can check back in with me in the summer and see if I still feel as passionate about it. So we have got underneath here, again, here's one of the little Easter eggs. Continuous improvement is better than delayed perfection. And amen to that. And again, just a reminder to just, for me, not to get super frustrated and then just quit doing something or be annoyed and quit. Like to really look at the big picture, right? Just continue, keep going, even if you make mistakes, even if it's not right. So that's sort of part of the tone of this is me encouraging myself to forge ahead, not give up, but also not be super chaotic and sort of like a Tasmanian devil, right? Here we have a photo. A friend of mine sent me some Baba Yaga earrings at Christmas time, which I absolutely loved. So that just got tucked up underneath there. And then here we have a page from a knitting book. And then on the back, I just recorded a few of the Christmas gifts that I got from some friends. And then at the bottom here, this was my Value Village, the haul, the loot that I got at Value Village in January. And I always think it's fun to take photos and oh, hello, Lucy. Hello. Of things that you buy at thrift stores because you can go back later and you'll be like, oh, I remember when I found that. That was so much fun. Okay, so then here underneath, here's another little Easter egg. Set peace of mind as your highest goal and organize your life around it. Now, if only it was that simple. But I'm gonna try. And then here we just have some cute moments with the girls, and Sophie figured out the art of unrolling toilet paper this winter, which was quite funny. So I wanted to capture one of her masterpieces. And then on this side, we have a book page from an almanac that I just glued on the front. And on the back, just another cute photo of the girls because I know I can't resist. And no friendship is an accident, and I believe in that fully. And I just thought it was cute to put that with them there. And then in here, I printed out a poem. Now, I don't know who the person is that wrote this poem. Derek Walcott. My friend Jamie had sent me an Instagram post of Helena Bonham Carter reading this poem, and he knew that I'm a big fan of hers, and I immediately fell in love with this poem. So I wanted to print it out to have a copy. And I think it's really, I was going to say prophetic, but it's just one of those things where you have to sort of sometimes sit down and remind yourself of what's important and think about the way that you speak to yourself, the way that you treat yourself, and all that kind of thing, right? So it's called Love After Love. The time will come when, with elation, you will greet yourself, arriving at your own door, in your own mirror, and each will smile at each other's welcome and say, "Sit here, eat." You will love again the stranger who was yourself. Give wine, give bread, give back your heart to itself, to the stranger who has loved you all your life, whom you ignored for another, but who knows you by heart. Take down the love letters from the bookshelf, the photographs, the desperate notes. Peel your image from the mirror. Sit, feast on your life. Now, Helena Bonham Carter, with her accent, says it way better than I do, but I was really touched by that, and it really resonated with me. So I wanted to keep a copy, knowing that, you know, this winter was the first time that I had come across it, and thanks to Jamie, otherwise I wouldn't have seen it. What did I show you was on? Oh yeah, sorry. Okay. So that's that. And then over here we have the bunny and a tip up here with the lace pocket. And slow living is something that I have been trying to cultivate on and off for the last little while. It's not so much that I'm super duper ridiculously busy, but I'm super chaotic in my mind. And for the last little while, I've been trying to tell myself, you need to slow down, because it sounds cliche, but it's like you're not stopping to smell the roses, right? So I found this, and I really thought this was quite lovely. Embrace the beauty of simplicity. In a world that moves fast, it's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle. But sometimes the most meaningful moments are found when we slow down. Slow living is all about savoring the present, prioritizing quality over quantity, and finding joy in the small, simple things. Whether it's sipping your morning coffee, taking a quiet walk in nature, or creating a cozy space to unwind, slow living helps us to reconnect with ourselves and the world around us. And I was like, okay, this is my mantra. I really want this, so I need to form a new habit. I need to undo the habits of being always in a hurry, always doing more, always, faster, 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 because the world tells you that we constantly have to be doing things faster and producing more. And that's just not true. I need to question that more, right? And then on the back, we have the girls going out in January and deciding whether or not they wanted to play in the snow. And then we've got some cute little footy prints here in the snow. And we had an old-fashioned winter here in southwestern Ontario. We got a ton of snow. It was just like when we were kids. So that was really nice, I have to admit. But the girls, they weren't too sure about it. Okay, now here we've got these ripped pieces of paper. And when I put these together, I knew that I wanted to put photos in behind here. Again, just small things that happened, nothing earth-shattering, just memory keeping. So here, thank you to all of you, and I'm blown away. On February the 7th, I managed to get to 2,000 subscribers, which is a milestone in my books. And thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of you, especially those who come back week after week. You guys know how much I appreciate it. And then here, my dad has discovered the crock pot. And so this winter, he decided that he really wanted to get in with his hands. And it's been a lot of fun watching him explore cooking in the crock pot, and he's having a blast. I'm having fun watching him. So this was his first, it was beef stew, and I wanted to make sure that I captured what he was doing there. This was the beginning of the beef stew. Again, I love this from Helena Bonham Carter. I put it in every journal that I make. She talks about how everything in life is art. Another little Easter egg. It is of the small joys and the little pleasures that the greatest of our days are built. And I was like, yes, amen to that. And then this is just a little reminder of sometimes how I feel. Strong and capable, because seals can swim forever and ever. But sometimes I feel really round. And, you know, I wonder if I'm ever going to be able to really carry my head above water. So that makes me giggle when I see it. Thumbnails of YouTube videos that I've made in the last little while to just remind myself of what was going on. Here we have easy crock pot chicken and gravy. This was another recipe that my dad tried, so I wanted to keep that. Here we have me tearing apart my studio to make room for the new desk because I got a new computer and it was a whole thing. And then again, just moments when we, you know, Milos getting out the snowblower, blowing all the snow around. Like, we just got buried and it was fun. It was a really great winter as far as that goes. Here's my new desk set up, the table with the girls, and then here's some Happy Mail that arrived from Judith last week. And then on this side, here we've got this tip up here. It's better to fail in originality than to succeed in imitation, which I love. And here's an image. Can you see this? No, you cannot. Alchemy. Again, taking things and mixing them together to create something new. I am fascinated by that idea. And then on this side, we've got a tip out here. And again, with here's some soup that I made in January that I was very impressed with myself because I thought it looked really professional. I was like, wow, look at that. And then here is a snapshot that from Jamie, and this was the Instagram post. Helen and Bonner Carter voices life into Derek Walcott's Love After Love. And so I wanted to keep that in there. And then I'm going to do some journaling on there. This I didn't do anything with yet. And then this, again, just has a picture, oops, of the girls, because you can never have too many. So that just goes in there like that. Here in this pocket, so this was the Pinterest inspiration for this, which was a real challenge. It did not go according to plan, as you would have seen in the last video that I made about this journal. However, I'm very happy. So, Sophie, no. No. And then we've got this quote from Henry Rollins: "In winter I plot and plan, in spring I move." Yes. And I made a bunch of smaller notebooks and journals to sell at a little cafe here in town, and my dad made me essentially like a book press to screw down to get it to lay flat. He gave it to me at the end of the November, but I still stuck it in here. And then a friend of mine sent me these beautiful pictures of her kitty, Winnie. Winnie has since passed over to the Rainbow Bridge. But she shared what a beautiful, beautiful pussycat she was with me and the pussycat here. And then this is her new cat, Maya. So again, I was really touched and thrilled to meet Winnie, even though she has since passed, and Maya. So I kept that in there because that was important. And then I have a whole bunch of African violets, and two of them for I don't know why, but their leaves started to curl, and this was at the end of January, and I removed a bunch, I repotted it. I was hoping I could save it. Sadly, I could not. And again, here, just a quote, you can be happy, hurting, and healing all at the same time. And I was like, yes, I know that. And then again, here's my dad working his magic in his crock pot. I'm telling you, it's so fun. I go over there and he wants to talk about recipes. I'm like, all of a sudden my dad's 80 something and he wants to talk about recipes. It's great. And Lucy really likes to eat grass when she's outside in the summer. So it took me a little while, but I finally managed to get some cat grass going for her with a little grow light and the pan and the thing. And this was the first successful harvest that we had. And she liked it okay. It's not as good as outside grass, but it'll do in a pinch. And then here we have just a bunch of little quotes and things, again, to remind myself of where I am, what's going on in my brain, things that are important to me, not just in the winter, but again, like it's okay to feel what hurts, just don't get stuck there. Well, that's very good. That's very good advice. You just got to remember it. Healing is the end of conflict with yourself. So I like this idea where I can write these little things down, print out the quotes, and then stick it, and it's like these thoughts are all coming out of her head, right? And then on this side, we have a little tuck spot here. And my Christmas cactus is just exploding with color, and it has been for over a month. It started around February the 27th. So these are the photos that I took. 2 plants, this little one and this bigger one, and it's still going strong, which is great. And then here's just a few things that I bought off of Amazon that I just wanted to remember when I had bought, even though I know you can go back and look. But I kind of like to put that stuff in here just to sort of see what I was into at the time. And again, here's just a couple, some foundation that I bought and some face cream. And then this jar, my dad was cleaning out some stuff and he gave me a box of old spices and things. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, this looks familiar. Like I remember a spice rack in the kitchen when I was a kid. And then when I turned it around and it said 59 cents on the back, I was like, Dad, I think this was a wedding present. Part of a wedding present. Anyways, I washed it out and I'm going to put buttons in there. But it made me giggle because something that they've had in the house for a very long time. And then here we've just got a little book page. I'll make sure you can see okay. And I got 2 envelopes underneath here. And again, some little, this is one of my most favorite winter image artwork of all time. This princess with her polar bear. I just love it. Here, I don't believe people are looking for the meaning of life as much as they are looking for the experience of being alive. And I was like, that really resonated with me. Slow down and enjoy life. It's not only the scenery you miss by going too fast, you also miss the sense of where you're going and why. And I thought that was really fitting to put here with the princess and her polar bear. Like they're very determined and they know where they're going and why. And I'm like, yeah, I need to slow down because I want to be like her, if that makes sense. So then I have a card here from my friend Emma that she sent to me in January, and a couple of Christmas cards in here. This is Emma's cat, Cutie Patootie. True friends are always together in spirit. She lives in England, and of course I'm in Canada. But, so it's kind of poopy that we're so far away from each other. But, again, very well connected. And then this is a winter digital that I created to put on my website, so I wanted to remember that. And then here, underneath here, Here's another plant that I totally overwatered. Oh my God, it was swimming. So I took it out. I wrung, like I literally had it with paper towels. I took all the dirt out. Anyways, I was afraid I killed it. I didn't water it for 3 weeks. As of March 1st, it was still okay. My update on March 30th was still all right. It hasn't grown, so that's what this is here. I mean, it's sort of grown a tiny bit, but not very much. Anyways, it hasn't died, so I consider that a success. Winter reminds us that everyone and everything needs some quiet time. And I was like, yes, yes, we do. So that just gets tucked up in there. And then here again, another tip up. And I took a picture of some of our trees in the backyard on January the 16th with all of the snow. And I tried to capture, it was snowing. But anyways, I thought the trees in our backyard fit nicely here with the trees. And then to get tucked up underneath with the Baba and her bear in the forest there. And then underneath here, this was some stuff that my dad wanted me to order for him on Amazon. So I just wanted to remember that. And this quote here, everything has a cycle if we pay enough attention to it, ourselves included. And again, I was like, amen to that. And then underneath here, we've got this little tip up. And then we've got these envelopes that come out here. Another cutie patootie shot of Sophie in January. And then these were some gifts that I received from my very good friend Alex. This box, I couldn't believe it when they dropped it off. This is how the box arrived. This whole front end was caved in. It's amazing to me that he sent me the 3 things, the coffee, the book, and the art. And I can't believe that everything was still in there. But, you know, the shipping gods were working in my favor. So everything arrived. And so I thought it would be fun to keep that. The gift from my friend Emma. By chance we meet, by choice we become friends. And I love that. And here, a minor miracle, I got a credit card balance down to 0 on one of my cards. I thought that was worth remembering. And here's just a lovely shot of Lucy in the morning. Some happy mail here. I was trying out some new gel iPads. Oh, wait. Here we go. Sorry. I was trying out some gel pads under my eyes there. And my dad drives a Subaru, and he got mood the one day, which we'd never heard of before, but we looked it up online. And people go around and leave little cows underneath the door handle of your Subaru. So it's called being mooed. And it's a little thing that Subaru owners, I had no idea. So now that we've got our little cow, now it's our turn to go and moo somebody else. So we'll do that in the spring. Okay, moving right along, we've got some pictures here that I took again of all the snow and the heaps of snow and more snow and footprints, cute little footprints in the snow. And then here on this little tip up, I have a picture of my car keys because I lost my car key sometime in December. And I searched and searched and searched. Of course, I couldn't find it. And I had the valet key, thankfully. But I thought, okay, I dropped it somewhere in the snow. In the spring, when the snow melts, this key is going to show up. And if it doesn't, I'm going to have to pay a small fortune and go and get a new car key. However, the one day I was playing with the girls and I was moving furniture around, and voila, underneath one of the stools was my car key. So it made me giggle. I put that in there, and I also attached that I got myself some air tags. So if I lose my key again, I can find it or at least make it beep, right? Oops, that is supposed to stick down there. Okay, so then underneath here, I sent out some happy mail to some of my pen pals, and I like to write down what I send so that I don't double up. And then here's just a cute picture of Sophie and her pink little donut there. And then I got a Christmas card from one of my favorite pen pals, Regina. So that goes there. I thought the green looked really nice with the green and the coat and the cats and everything. And then this, I haven't done anything on it yet, but in my last video I talked about how I thought it was kind of funny to have the fish scallops, the recipe card here, because this is what the kitty's going to be having for dinner later, is her fish scallops. So I thought it would be fun just to have an image of a cute little cat having her dinner. And of course, F is for fish. And then we've got this tip up here. And this is my yellow journal that I finally finished on January the 29th. And then here on this tag, I put, there is peaceful, there is wild, and I am both at the same time, which I was, I thought it was a cute reference to cats and also a cute reference perhaps to myself. And there's Sophie sitting on the yellow journal as I was trying to put it together, because that's what she does. So that just gets tucked in underneath there. And then here we have this little tag. The unexamined life is not worth living, which I think if cats could talk, they would say that. And then this is a postcard. The lady a couple streets over. If you watched my Christmas video, I was walking in the neighborhood and there was a woman who had a Christmas chicken, a holiday chicken on her front lawn, and I loved it. So I popped a little card in her mailbox telling her how much I enjoyed her holiday chicken. I never did hear back from her. And then we've got this crocheted blanket, which I thought was really apropos underneath the owl and the fox here. Once she stopped rushing through life, she was amazed how much more life she had time for. And that really resonated with me. So as you can tell, there's this running theme of me really trying to just bring it down. Bring the temperature down, Lisa. Bring the temperature down. And these are 4 new blue junk journals that I made. And these are the flip through videos that I put on YouTube. So I had the links on my website. So I wanted to remember that I managed to get that done this winter. Okay, here underneath our little mouse, another little Easter egg quote: stop beating yourself up. You are a work in progress, which means you get there a little at a time, not all at once. And I was like, oh, yes, yes. So I loved that, anyways, that's a conversation for another day. I'll just keep moving it along here. Here is a journal that I made for myself, and this was the first time I had put 3 signatures in a journal instead of 1 or 2. So again, just keeping track of that. And then I can go back later. I thought I would go in and make a little note, sort of how I liked it. Was it too big? Because I don't know, sometimes I get a little bit crazy and I make them too big. And then here, my computer died in the middle of February. So this is just the new computer that I got. And Amazon driver, I'm at home. Please ring the bell. I was like, oh my God, please do not leave this computer on the front porch. Ring the bell. And I think I said, give me time to get upstairs. I'm like, look, I got to get all the way back upstairs. Okay, we are almost at the end here. Now this, I was quite happy with how this turned out. So I've got this little tag here. And this was a book that I started reading last week. I have not done nearly enough reading this winter. That is the one thing I'm going to make a note about. I don't know why or what happened, but I just was not in the mood to read at all in the bathtub, which is so unlike me. But anyways, the other day I was like, no, you got to fix this, right? So I had bought this at the Goodwill in autumn. and The Death of Mrs. Westaway, and it had great reviews on both Goodreads and Amazon. So I've started that. I'm chapter 1. So far, so good. Oh, and here, more modern art from Sophie. Sophie likes to drag out all kinds of papers, and she's very creative, Sophie is. So we're keeping track of her art. And then here, on this side, I wrote exciting because I have decided to start a Halloween journal. Or a Halloween journal. Well, that's true. But a Halloween channel. And I haven't done anything with it yet, except that I really just wanted to get it up and get the artwork done and the banner and all that kind of thing. And the channel is called Where Midnight Looms. And my friend Cheryl, I was very, very touched. Cheryl was the first person to subscribe to that channel. And the name Where Midnight Looms came from this post that my friend Alex had sent me. And this is from Ray Bradbury. And this I thought was very interesting. So if you're not into Halloween, just fast forward a little bit. That country where it is always turning late in the year. That country where the hills are fog and the rivers are mist. Where noons go quickly, dusks and twilights linger, and midnight stays. That country composed in the main of cellars, subcellars, coal bins, closets, attics, and pantries faced away from the sun. That country whose people are autumn people, thinking only autumn thoughts. Those people passing at night on the empty walks sound like rain. Ray Bradbury, The October Country, which I have not read this book, but I'm going to. And so when Alex sent me this, I was really taken by this phrase, and midnight stay. And so I thought for the longest time, maybe I would I've been thinking about having a Halloween channel for a long time, but I had no idea what to call. I was going to call it Cats and Cauldrons. I was like, that's not very exciting. And so Alex sent me this. Thank you, Alex. And I really played with this idea for the longest time. And then I decided that what midnight stay, where midnight stays, because Alex was like, oh, you could introduce yourself like, hello, my name is Lisa and welcome to my channel Where Midnight Stay. And I was like, ooh, that's cool. But after much debate, we decided Where Midnight Looms was a little spookier, creepier, a little more fun. And so I wanted to include this post from Alex because it really was the inspiration for the title of my new channel. So if you are a Halloween fan, by all means, please go and find the channel. There's nothing on there yet. I haven't done any videos there. It's going to be all things Halloween. So I'm going to be talking about making Halloween decorations, Halloween journals, Halloween journaling, Halloween books, scary books that I've read. Like, it's just going to be sort of a mishmash of all things Halloween. Not super, not gory, not horror, not all the stuff that really keeps you up at night, but the fun part of Halloween. And I thought this way I can have a channel. So those of you that love Halloween, we can really get into Halloween and have a lot of fun with Halloween. Because in my opinion, Halloween is every day, not just in October. And that way, for those of you that don't enjoy Halloween, I am not doing a ton of Halloween stuff on this channel. So I think that's the best of both worlds. So yes, Where Midnight Looms. We'll see what comes of it. I'm excited. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, so we are almost done. I have here some pictures. I was at Value Village yesterday, and I got some really fun books to tear up for journals. And then I took this picture for my friend Jamie to show him what I was looking at Value Village. 3, of course, is for the month of March. And then underneath the fox here, Happy mail from Judith. Did I already put this in at the beginning? I might have. Anyways, some gorgeous happy mail from my friend Judith in Australia, who is lucky. She's lucky. They're just starting to go into autumn. I'm jealous, Judith. Okay, then we've got some tip outs here. Again, Lucy in her pillow. Can you see? Yes, here we go. The end of January. And another little quote, nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. And I was like, well, that's the truth, Ruth. You know. And then here, another picture of guess who lying on over the heat there, enjoying a lovely winter afternoon in February. And then underneath here was self. I was like, yeah, that's right. Okay, this is the last page. So underneath here, we have my friend Jamie was kind, very, very kind, and sent me a box of, you guessed it, Halloween ephemera and some fantastic Halloween. It was Halloween Happy Mail, and I couldn't have been happier. So again, thank you, Jamie. That was very, very sweet and kind of you. And of course, I wanted to take pictures and, you know, when I first opened the box to see what was going on. So that and more photos from his happy mail there. And then a postcard, a gorgeous postcard from a pen pal in Russia. And then here I had this photograph of this woman walking in the snow. I haven't put anything on the back yet. I think what I'm going to do tomorrow or the night before the first day of spring, I'm just going to write some quick thoughts here about just how the winter went and just sort of summarize how I feel about winter ending, because I love winter. So I'm a little sad to see it go, I'm not going to lie, but I'm also a little bit excited for spring too. Anyways, I thought this was just a nice way of ending it because she's walking in the snow, and I sort of see this as her walking away from winter and moving towards spring and eventually Halloween. Right. And then here we have the last tip out. And I have the queen here on her polar bear, and I put the castle in behind here, and of course layered on the glitter glue because I thought, you know, this is where she lives. This is her winter castle, and she's out going for a walk with her bear. And then here is a winter postcard from another Russian pen pal. And here just a quote with a little paper and ink and some help from the Postal Service. Friendship can span many years and many miles. And I was like, yes, of course. So that is it, my friends. That was sort of I rushed through things a little bit, but I hope you enjoyed that. We've got, you know, I'm really super duper happy with it. Did we do this one? Oh yes, that was the, sorry. So that is the flip through. I hope that you enjoyed that. And I hope somewhere in here there's inspiration for you. If nothing else, get some glitter glue and glitter up and have some fun. I said in another video, I think part of why I really ended up loving this so much was, as a kid, when we would get cards, often there would be embossing and glitter on them. And then that sort of went out of fashion. It kind of went out of vogue for a while. And these little details of these little bits of glamour, well, yes, glamour, glitter, it reminds me of those cards when we were kids, you know? So yeah, that's it, everybody. So thank you for watching and spending some time with me. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I hope that you find some inspiration in here somehow to do something, not just for winter, but for your journal process going forward. So, as I say at the end of each video, speak kindly to yourselves, enjoy your journal process, and until the next video, mwah, take care everybody. I'll talk to you soon. Check out my Halloween channel soon. If you're a Halloween fan, I would love to see you there as well. Okay, everybody, see you later. Mwah.